ಶ್ಯಾಮ ಸುಂದರ ಮದನ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸಾಯಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ಶ್ಯಾಮ ಸುಂದರ ಮದನ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಶ್ಯಾಮ ಸುಂದರ ಮದನ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸಾಯಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸಾಯಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋಪಾಲನ ಗೋಪಿ ಗೋಪಾಲನ ಗೋಪಿ ಗೋಪಾಲನ ಭಜರೇ ಶ್ಯಾಮ ಸುಂದರ ಮದನ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸಾಯಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ಶ್ಯಾಮ ಸುಂದರ ಮದನ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಶ್ಯಾಮ ಸುಂದರ ಮದನ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸಾಯಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸಾಯಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋಪಾಲನ ಗೋಪಿ ಗೋಪಾಲನ ಗೋಪಿ ಗೋಪಾಲನ ಭಜರೇ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿನಾರಾಯಣ ಭಜರೇ Hari Om. Vinashaka Jaya Hari Om. 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 Om Jaya Hari Om. Jaya Hari Om. Om Jaya Hari Om. Govinda Narayana Gopala Narayana. Govinda Narayana Gopala Narayana. Govinda Govinda Narayana. Govinda Govinda Narayana. Govinda Gopala Narayana. Govinda Gopala Narayana. Govinda Govinda Narayana. Govinda Govinda Narayana. Govinda Gopala Narayana. Govinda Gopala Narayana. Sai Govinda Gopala Narayana. Sai Govinda Gopala Narayana. Govinda bolo Hari Gopala bolo. Govinda bolo Hari Gopala bolo. Govinda bolo Hari Gopala bolo.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies illumine our intellects. May we not contradict or hate each other. Let there be peace, peace, perfect peace. Loving greetings, dear brothers and sisters, offering our collective salutations, adorations, prostrations at the lotus feet of Veda Purusha, Veda Mata, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Bonjour, konnichiwa, namaste, namaskaram, walweni, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining us once again on this beautiful Veda voyage. The theme of this webinar is Veda Rasa, the sweetness, the ambrosial nectar, the honey of each syllable of the eternal echo. We are very fortunate to have Sri Sekharji Boddupalli to guide us and go into the depths of each and every single syllable, which creates a beautiful, deeper, sweeter meaning and expands our consciousness and love for the Veda. Thank you to each and every one of you for sacrificing your time. By coming together, we are spreading the positive energy of the Veda and fostering the Veda and protecting the Veda, which is needed in this universe. It must be a coincidence or divine orchestration, but those that have been joining for the previous Veda Rasa webinars will notice that when we have such a wonderful satsang, it's always on the cusp or on the eve of a very beautiful celebration, be it Krishna Janmashtami, Ganesha Chaturthi, and today is no different. For tomorrow, as per the zodiac calendar, we celebrate a beautiful soul's birthday. Sekhar celebrates his birthday tomorrow. And it's so wonderful to come together virtually and spiritually to pay homage and gratitude to Sekharji, who I feel has touched the hearts of brothers and sisters in every single continent. Though physically, Baba has ensured he's located in the Sacramento setting of California. But for the last 20 plus years, all his lessons of the Sacramento Sai Center has selflessly, kindly, and beautifully been uploaded to the internet so that we can surf the internet. So those have learned from him directly and indirectly. And I am one such fortunate student. If I think back to my college and campus days, 2010, 2011, I would wait for a break to rush to the computer rooms and go onto YouTube and watch the latest episode and beautiful satsang, and it would take my joy to new heights. Like Ekalav, who would sit in a tree and learn the form of archery, I too was one such very fortunate soul to sit in the Vrikshavali, the wish fulfilling tree, and have such a wonderful divine soul guide us. And I'm sure, brothers and sisters, I speak on behalf of everyone joining and part of this wonderful Veda study. Ekalav offered the thumb as Guru Dakshina. I wish to offer my both hands in salutations and gratitude to Uncle Shekharji. Thank you so much, Uncle Shekharji, and you have touched our hearts in so many ways. And what an instrument of SSB, you are SSB as well. We've recently celebrated Sai Avatar Day, and when Sai Rama comes to earth, Hanumanji must come with. When Sai Krishna comes to earth, the murali, the flute, the instrument must come down as well. And when Kali Yuga Purna Avatar comes down and has the mission and the vision to spread the Veda, you're one such amazing instrument who has that enthusiasm, that love, that yearning, that churning, that learning of the Veda, and constantly spreading the fragrance to help us learn too. We just wish you a very blessed and beautiful year ahead filled with sound health. We are very fortunate to be in your company and on this wonderful journey of the Veda with you, as it says, Sahana Bhavatu. If we just think of the Mahayagnyas alone, from the armies and the charmies, you have charmingly, kindly, and lovingly spread the Veda. And what you have done in one lifetime generally takes one soul to do over 20 lifetimes. May Baba continue to give you that zeal and enthusiasm and that energy to spread this wonderful joy and peace and well-being for the entire universe. A small cake for you. I hope that the future upgrades of Zoom is so good that we can pass it over virtually. But on behalf of the entire Veda family across the world, and I'm sure in other lokas as well, so universally, we pray that you have a blessed and beautiful year. Brothers and sisters, please do share your birthday message on the YouTube chat, on the Zoom chat box, and we'll collate and send them to Uncle Shekharji. And if you have any questions for this beautiful satsang tonight on the Narayana Upanishad, please put them in the chat box as well. Please fasten your seatbelts. We're going to go to an altitude of divine magnitude. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.
Sarvam Sri Saishwararpanamastu. Om Ganana Antva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavin Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannutibhissida Sadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhir Vajinivati Dhinama Triyavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswati Saraswatyai Namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. कायेन वाचा मनसैन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यज्जत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सत्यनारायणायेति समर्पयामि साई नारायणायेति समर्पयामि हरिः ॐ तत्सत् हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनं ॐ श्रीगुरवे श्रीसत्यसायिनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः ॐ श्रीपरमगुरवे श्रीशिरिडिसायिनाथ श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः ॐ श्री परमेष्टिगुरवे श्रीदत्तात्रेयस्वामि श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः नमो गुरुभ्यो गुरुपादुकाभ्यो नमः परेभ्यः परपादुकाभ्यः आचार्य सिद्धेश्वर पादुकाभ्यो नमो अस्तु पर्तीपति पादुकाभ्यः श्री साईश्वराय नमः हरिः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate or contradict each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom. Sai Ram, Namaste. Brothers and sisters, thank you, Kabir, for that incredible, overwhelming love and towards Bhagwan and everything that we offer. Akashat patitanto yadha gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaram sai devam pratigacchati. Everything offered, every single drop of love that has fallen from our eyes to the heart are all merging in the love for the divine Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Nothing but that, and that is the supreme truth. I'm ever grateful to Bhagwan for this incredible satsang and company of these young adults like Kabir who are so inspiring. Actually, it is for them in love that when I see that love for Bhagwan, to Bhagwan, I really feel the presence of Bhagwan. That is the only way you can experience Bhagwan, which is only by seeing the love of devotees for him. Otherwise, he is aprameya and he is achintya. He is incomprehensible, he is immeasurable, and it is impossible for a finite tool in the mind and the intellect to comprehend who he is. And therefore, through love and through service, we shall experience his divine, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent presence. Jai Sai Ram. The topic for today is Narayana Upanishad. And Narayana Upanishad is from Krishna Yajurveda, and it starts basically with this Shanti mantra, which is Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, that we just chanted. As we always do in these webinars and satsangs, the fundamental principle to understand is what is the core meaning of the words. What is the core meaning of the word Upanishad? What is the core meaning of the word Narayana? These meanings obviously should be independent of any aspect of identity. It should be broad, they should be applicable from eternity for the entire humanity, because Vedas is for all. Vedas is not for one individual, one caste, one creed, one religion, and whatsoever we identify in our cocoon identifications. So, therefore, Upanishad is to be closely seated. That is the meaning of the word Upanishad. Then, what does the word Narayana mean? The moment we understand these two words, that is the executive summary of the entire Upanishad. And therefore, when long time ago, my memory beats me on this, maybe 2.5 decades ago, I was with Bhagwan's grace, studying along with others in San Jose, Narayana Suktam, Narayana Suktam. And at that point of time, I was praying to Bhagwan what Narayana is. And then I had a vision in which Bhagwan asked me the question, who is Narayana? And then my impression of Narayana, my image of Narayana, my awareness of Narayana was about a blue guy sleeping on a snake coil in milk of ocean and a rich woman pressing his feet. That is the image of Narayana that I had. That was the limited awareness of Narayana that my mind is stuck to. And when I shared this with Bhagwan, he laughed and he chided and he said, Buddhi ledu, you don't have any intellect. And then I said, yes, I do not. I am a Buddhu and you are a Buddha. So, Bhagavan, what is this meaning of this word Narayana? And as he always does, as Bhagavan always does, it's not the idol that he's focusing on. In this word Narayana, there is an incredible ideal that is embedded. And the meaning, therefore, must take us beyond the limited identities that we are associated with. They must inspire and connect us to the common goal of collective transformation from the human nature to the divine nature. So, in our limited awareness and fanatism, we degrade and demonize our human minds into animal nature, and with that limited, restricted identification with whatever you call in the name of an organization, in the name of whatever you may want to call it, we degrade ourselves and we forget the fundamental epithet of our existence and the purpose of our existence. So, what does that do? We degrade our minds in the name of a Vaishnavite, a Shaivite, a Hindu, a Muslim, and so on and so forth. Instead, this incredible Karuna Samudra, the ocean of compassion, has incarnated on this earth to truly show what it is to transform the human consciousness into divine consciousness. So, therefore, the one who degrades himself from a human nature to the animal nature is called Shuntha. And the one who elevates the mind from human nature to divine nature reaches Vaikuntha. So therefore, Bhagwan's mission is to take Shunthas to Vaikuntha. So Swami started explaining the meaning. He said, Nara also means a human. One of the meanings is human. Ayana, ayana is the path. So the path of a human to divine is the meaning of the word Narayana. It is transcending from this humanity to divinity, individually, collectively, in creation, and unison with the Creator. So when this transcendence happens, the Shuntha, the fool, is liberated to reach Vaikuntha. Kuntha means restricted. Vaikuntha means unrestricted. Vaikuntha is not some place you identify. Vaikuntha is a state of mind where the mind is boundless. And what is the given name of Bhagavan himself? Satyanarayana. Satyanarayana. The one who is showing the path of truth, of truly who we are, is the name Satyanarayana and Sai Narayana. The Satya, the truth. The truth is Sai, Saishwaraya Vidmahe. And what is this truth? Sai, S-A-I, same as I. That is the truth. So am I. That is the truth. Satya Devaya Dhimahi. Saishwara, same as I. Satya Deva, Satya Narayana. So am I. So once you understand what is the meaning of the word Narayana, Bhagavan explained like this, and he said, now you study Narayana Upanishad. Now you study Narayana Suktam, keeping in mind what is this path of truth and divinity. That's enough. One teaching is enough. And that teaching about the beautiful meaning of the word Narayana. By the way, the word Narayana has several meanings. It's not one meaning. And this one of the meanings in Manusmriti, chapter 1, verse 10, Manusmriti declares that the waters are called Naraha, and the waters are indeed the one who is residing on waters is called Narayana. Ayana also means residence. And Narayana means the one who is residing on waters. And when we studied Mantra Pushpam, we said this waters is not simply water. It's called Jala. It's called Nara. And therefore, the implied meaning, symbolic meaning is that the one who is residing on love. Yo apsunavam pratishthitam Veda. Mantra Pushpam. And therefore, Ayana also not only means path, it means foundation or residence. The Supreme Being who is the foundation of all the men is another meaning of the word Narayana. Ayana also means shelter. So Narayana also means the one in whom the humanity is sheltered or protected. And therefore, in the Upanishad, Narayana Upanishad itself, you will see a mantra in one of those chapters. Om Namo Narayana Yeti Mantra Upasakaha Vaikunta Bhuvana Lokam Ganishyati. So Narayana also means supreme being. Yet Another meaning of the word Narayana. Nara also means awareness. And so, therefore, the abode of awareness is another meaning of the word Narayana, Jnana. Now, you see, this Vishnu, as we worship, Vishnu means all pervading. The one who is all pervading is called Vishnu. And this Vishnu has manifestations or descendants as avatars, the 10 avatars that we are very much aware of. Those 10 avatars are about external aspect, but within us also he has an avataric presence. The week after Avatar Declaration Day. Avatarana means to descend. Narayana is awareness. Vasudeva is the indweller. Sankarshana, the willer, the one who wills. Pradyumna, the one who knows. Aniruddha, the one who acts. All these four things are happening within us. And they are called the antakaranas. Mano, buddhi, chitta, hankaras. These are called vyuha, avatars of Mahavishnu within us. Now you see, that is the essence of what we are talking as Narayana. And who is this? What are all these things? They represent the sixfold incredible potencies of the supreme consciousness, as in Jnana, omniscience, Aishwarya, omnipotence, Aishwarya, omnipresence, Shakti, the omnipotent, the one who has the force, the one who has the virtue, the one who is self-illuminous. These acting in pairs is the essence of our existence. Our own existence is depend upon this awareness, the indweller, the mind, and the one who is acting. So therefore, Narayana means abode of supreme awareness. Is this enough? This is the essence of it. So what happens when this awareness is there? And what is this path? Now when you study Narayana Upanishad, it will be divided. The Narayana Upanishad is primarily divided into 4 chapters. And these 4 chapters are what we call as essentially one ruk. That now is now an essence of all the meanings that I have described. That's it. If you remember the meanings of the word Narayana that have been told, each of these parts in the hymn will now elaborate on that concept. So, what is a path? The path is a point of origin to a point of destiny. So, the way the Vedic hymn describes, can I request somebody to share the script, please? Om अथ पुरुषो ह वै नारायणो कामयत प्रजाश्रुजे येति नारायणात् प्राणो जायते मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च वायुर्ज्योतिरापः पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी. Please scroll down. Yes, please stop there. This is the first chapter. Starts with Om. Atha Purushaha Ihavai Narayanaha Akamayata Prajaha Shrujayeti. What in essence means, the meaning of that is then the Supreme Purusha, also referred to as Narayana. Purusha means the supreme consciousness that is all pervading, had a desire, and that desire is, I shall create. And then what happened? From that will of the divine to create came prana, the life force, manas, the mind, the 10 of the organs of sense and action, 5 organs of senses, 5 organs in action, the 5 elements of the nature, which is space, wind, fire, water, earth, and this basically the 17 that if you count, that represents the subtle and the gross aspects of the existence. And then from this Narayana came Brahma. From this Narayana manifested Rudra. From the Narayana manifested Indra. From the Narayana, the Prajapati. From the Narayana, the 12 Adityas, the 11 Rudras, the 8 Vasus, as well as the Vedas. So therefore, if you counted all of them, 40, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 12 plus 11 plus 8 plus 4. Then you got 57 in total. And then the Veda declares from Narayana, only all these proceed. From through Narayana, they prosper. And in Narayana, they are observed. And this is the essence of the Rig Veda teaching. So what is this now? The meaning of the word, the path, where it has a point of origin to a point of destiny. By the way, this is the first time I am actually explaining Narayana Upanishad. We have never studied Narayana Upanishad. Long time ago, we studied Narayana Suktam. So now, when you look at the meaning of all of this, and now the chant, what a beautiful chant it is, giving the source, the path, and the destiny. Om Atha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayata Prajashrujayeti Narayanat Prano Jayate Manas Sarvendriyani Cha Khaumvayurjyotirapah Prithvi Vishvasya Dharini Narayanad Brahma Jayate Narayanad Rudro Jayate Narayanadindro Jayate Narayanat Prajapatayah Prajayante Narayana Rudra Vasavas Sarvani Chachanda Gumse Narayana Deva Samutpadhyante Narayane Pravartante Narayane Praliyante. The mantra truly is not about anything else but everything happening within you. Observe within you. You will notice all of these things are happening within you. To begin with, you are this witness consciousness. Then you have a life force within you, the prana. You have a thought force within you, which is the manas. You have the 5 elements within you. Your ability to recognize is the space, or store is the space. Your ability to breathe, smell is Vayu. All of these things, if you truly look at, this is the source of your origin and your destiny. Who is the Brahma within you? The creative force. Who is the Rudra within you? The dissolution force. The ability to retract, redact, go into complete seed state. Indra is your ability to act. Prajapati, your ability to reproduce. And then there are these 12 Adityas, which is the indivisible forces within you. And then the 8 Vasus that nourish. And then the aspect of the Rudras, the 11 Rudras. And everything is happening in a meter, with a rhythm, with complete synchrony. So all of this is happening, is evolving, samutpadyante, resolving, pravartante, dissolving, praliyante. So who is this Narayana in which all this is happening? All of this is happening in your own awareness. And that is one of the meanings of the word Narayana. Then we go to the next chapter. Om Atha Nityo Narayanaha Brahma Narayanaha Shivascha Narayanaha Shakrascha Narayanaha Yava Pruthivyau Cha Narayanaha Kalascha Narayanaha Dishascha Narayanaha Urdhvascha Narayanaha Adhascha Narayanaha Antarbahishcha Narayanaha Narayana evedagum sarvam yadbhutai yaccha bhavyam nishkalo niranjano nirvikalpo nirakhyata shuddho deva eko narayanaha na dvitiyo osti kaschit ya evam veda sa vishnureva bhavati sa vishnureva bhavati. This is the essence of Yajurveda and the context of declaration in this mantra is now the one in time, in space, in causation, and all pervasive. The one in time, space, causation, and all pervasive. If you give it one definition in word, that is called Vishnu. And that which is the one that is existing in time, space, and causation, that is independent of time, space, and causation, and that which is eternal, atha nityo narayanaha. Now you see, the same theme is now repeated. The first one is the source, the source, the path, and the destiny. Now he's saying, hey, the source, path, and destiny is in time, space, and in causation. All of that is Narayana. This Narayana doesn't mean, again, a blue guy sleeping on a snake coil and a rich woman pressing his feet. Erase that first. Erase that. Don't idolize God. The moment if that is what Narayana is restricted to, that Narayana is unrelatable to anybody else. Yes, from a focus point of view, initially you focus on that, but truly connect to the symbolism associated with what is this snake, what is this woman pressing his feet, what is this milk ocean, and who is actually reclining on it, what is all the symbolism of this. Then you will connect. This Narayana is eternal. Brahma is Narayana. Literally, what that is saying. Shiva is Narayana. Indra is Narayana. Kala, the time is Narayana. Dik, the space is Narayana. The intermediate quarters also Narayana. That which is above Narayana, that which is below Narayana, that which is in and out is Narayana, that is internal and external Narayana, the whole universe which existed and will exist is Narayana. Narayana is the only one that is stainless, sinless, changeless, and unnameable, and that which is pure and divine consciousness. There is no second to that. Whoever knows him does becomes Vishnu himself. This is what the Ajurveda is teaching. That is the meaning of what I just chanted. Sa Vishnureva bhavati. Sa means he or the one who is aware of this. Vishnu who eva bhavati. Right here and now, in that awareness, he becomes himself Vishnu, which is all pervading. Then we go to the third chapter. Okay, sir, this is great. I know Narayana is the origin, the path, and the destiny. And this Narayana that we're talking about is the one in which space, time, causation, everything is existing, and therefore the one who is awareness of this beyond the time, space, and causation aspects will become truly aware of himself, and in that awareness, he or she will become all pervasive. But I don't have that awareness. How do I get to that awareness? What is the affirmative statement that I need to truly be present to all the time, so that my awareness is therefore in that constant contemplation, that which protects this awareness. So if you listen to the words I uttered carefully, what I just told, if you summarize it into one word, it is called mantra. Mananat trayate iti mantraha. That when you are constantly contemplating upon, and that which protects this awareness, Savishnureva bhavati, Savishnureva bhavati, that is called mantra. So therefore the next hymn is talking about what that sadhana is. What is the sadhana? The practice. And this sadhana, the practice, is about this Maha Mantra, which is 8 syllables. And the 8 syllables meaning Om is a single syllable. Namaha is 2 syllables. Narayana. Narayana. 5 syllables. Sorry, Narayana. So 3 plus 5 syllables. We come to this Ashtakshari. And whoever is constantly recites or retains this Ashtakshari mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya, will have this awareness all the time, and in that awareness he will attain full lifespan, complete command and control over himself and the senses, and in doing so will enjoy the pleasure of the one supreme master, and he shall attain the liberation, which is unidentification from, freedom from the body, the mind, and the senses, and that which is called moksha. And this is the essence of Samaveda teaching. So now listen to this incredible, beautiful revelation of the Mahamantra, the Ashtakshari. ओमित्यग्रे व्याहरेत् नम इति पश्चात् नारायणायेत्युपरिष्टात् ओमित्येकाक्षरम् नम इति द्वे अक्षरे नारायणायेति पञ्च अक्षराणि एतद्वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदम् यो ह वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदमध्येति अनपब्रवः सर्वमायुरेति विन्दते प्राजापत्यगुं रायस्पोषं गौपत्यम् ततोऽमृतत्वमश्नुते ततोऽमृतत्वमश्नुत इति य एवं वेद. You will see the evam veda. This is all you need to be aware of. Ya evam veda. This is the sadhana. And this aspect of the sadhana, now you see how beautiful Sanatana Dharma is. First there is the concept. Then you get to the percept. I went through this when we did the Shivopasana, explained in detail what is the Siddhanta, Sadhana, and the Siddhi, the concept, the practice, and the result. That's all it is. And this concept can become percept only through sadhana. And what is this sadhana? Sadhana is this mantra. Mantra is what? That which protects your awareness as you contemplate on it. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. What is this Narayana? How is this Narayana manifest, visualized, connected to? And remember, by connecting to that Narayana, you have to connect only in this aspect of awareness. The yogi having pronounced or contemplated, concentrated, meditated upon this Ashtakshari, will be completely in bliss, in the bliss of the presence of this Brahma Purusha, whose nature is none other than this Pranava, the Omkara, which is the combination of the syllables of Aum. And by becoming completely in that awareness of this Pranava, he will be released instantaneously from the bondage associated with this birth and this mundane existence. And the one who meditates on this mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya, will be, the mind will be Vaikuntha. And it is this, that Vaikuntha is none other than your own heart, as in a lotus. It is filled with this awareness, Vijnana, and it is filled with this brilliance of effulgence. That who is now the son of Devaki, he is indeed the Brahman, and that Brahman eliminates these two things called Madhu and Sudana, and this Narayana is in all elements. He is the one and only. He is the causal, the Purusha, the one who is expanded in this awareness, and the one who is present in this awareness, and the one who is complete in awareness, who is causeless, the Parabrahman, which is the definition of all of the above, the one word for all of the above. And this is what the Atharva Upanishad teaches. That is the fourth chapter. Can we scroll up, brother, as we chant this? The fourth chapter. Pratyaganandam. Okay. Pratyaganandam Brahma Purusham Pranavasvarupam Akara Ukara Makara Iti Tanekadha Samabharattadetadomiti Yamukta Muchyate Yogi Janma Samsara Bandhanat. Om Namo Narayanayeeti Mantro Pasakaha Vaikuntha Bhuvana Lokangamishyati Tadidam Param Pundarikam Vijnana Ghanam Tasmat Tadidavan Matram Brahmanyo Devaki Putro Brahmanyo Madhusudanom Sarvabhutasthame Kannarayanam Karana Rupamakara Parabrahmom. So that is the chant. And then the last portion, Etat Atharva Siroyo Adhite. This is the Atharva Veda chant, the essence. That is constantly on the top of your head. Siro Adhite means what? Your head is immersed in this awareness, what will happen? When you do it in the morning, it destroys the sins committed the night before. And if you do it in the evening, it destroys the sins committed during the day. Whoever recites both morning and evening becomes free from sins, however sinful they may be. Whoever recites it at the noon, facing the sun, will be freed from all the five great sins as well as from the minor ones. He will derive very good effects of the recitation of all the Vedas. It's equivalent to reciting all the four Vedas. And whoever is aware of all of this thus attains union with this Narayana, and he himself is the Narayana, and this is the Upanishad. Om Shanti. That is, now when you read all of this, as they call it, there is some incentive to do this. Is that the incentive to do this? Abolishing of all the sins? Yes. Without an incentive, the human mind doesn't get to work. And therefore, the incentive is stated for those who are only engaged in actions that are result bound and have an expectation out of it. Then what happens to those who are completely desireless, who don't have a purpose of doing this? What happens to them? They are already free of sins. What sins are they committing? Swami told very beautifully, the fundamental sin is the thought of separatedness from the divine. In that thought of separatedness from the divine, and to take care of this body, you eat, you sleep, you do other things just as for the Deha Dharma. And in doing those Dharma, you have separated from yourself from this divine, and you will even get rid of this fundamental separation from this divine consciousness. And how do those happen? They happen in the morning, they happen in the afternoon, they happen in the evening. The morning, afternoon, and the evening are symbolic of the Sattva Guna, the Rajoguna, the Tamoguna, the mind that is in slumber, the inactive mind, the overactive mind, and the impassionate mind. All those three are the times are associated with the phases of the mind. And therefore, in being bound by those gunas associated with body and mind, when I have a separation of thought in this supreme awareness, that is the fundamental sin. And therefore, for those that are realized souls that are in body, chanting this will give an instantaneous union back to that oneness. And that is what is called Sayujja. Yujja. You means yuj. Yuj means unity, united. Sayujja, uniting with that Sa. What is that Sa? Satchit Ananda. This is the essence of the Upanishad. So therefore, when we are chanting this last mantra, I'll chant that. Om एतदथर्वशिरो योधीते प्रातरधीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापन्नाशयति सायमध्यानो दिवसकृतं पापन्नाशयति माध्यन्दिनमादित्याभिमुखो धीयानः पञ्चपातकोपपातकात् प्रमुच्यते सर्ववेदपारायण पुण्यं लभते नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु Om Sri Sai Ram. That's exactly noon. Back to you, dearest Kavir or Samarth.
Sai Ram, Uncle, Sai Ram. Thank you so much. I'll go through the questions. There are two questions. One is Narayana Upanishad somehow related to Purush Suktam with regards to creation? And the second question that is on the YouTube is who are or what are the 12 Adityas? Those are the two questions we have.
Okay, I'll take the easy one first. The 12 Adityas by names are Mitra, Ravi, Surya, Bhanu, Khaga, Pusha, Hiranyagarbha, Maricha, Aditya, Savit, Arka, Bhaskara. Those are the 12. And the 12 represent the 12 functionalities of Bhagavan Surya, the sun god. And it is beyond the scope of this particular session to explain all those functionalities. To understand those, it is better to study Aruna Prashna, or as a simplest version is Surya Upanishad. And that Surya Upanishad has description of all these aspects of the Pratyaksha Devam. That means the divinity, that is direct evidence of divinity, is Surya Bhagavan. And those are the ones that are related to the 12 Adityas. Aditya means that which cannot be divided. So in this mantra also you will see here the one who faces the sun, Aditya, and chants this during the afternoon time. What that really means is the one who is truly facing indivisibility, the one who is undivided in their mind, because the mind is the one that divides, and that is the symbolic representation of what this Aditya are. Mitra means friend. Ravi, Surya, Bhanu, each of them have a very unique symbolic meaning. That is the 12 Adityas. Now, with respect to the Purusha Suktam and this, the answer is yes and no. Because in Sanatana Dharma, for every question, there will be an answer that will be yes, there will be an answer that will be no. So first let's take the yes aspect of it. The yes aspect of it is, how did creation come into existence, and what did the devas do in order for this creation? It's a yajna. It's a protocol of yajna performed by the rishis and the devas. And how did they do this yajna to begin with? And how that yajna resulted in the manifestation of this Purusha, who then all pervaded this universe. And that is what is called as the Purusha Suktam. But Narayana Upanishad is not that exactly. Even though it starts with who willed for this creation. Atha Purusho Havai, there the Purusha Sabdam is coming. There the So that is where the Purusha Sabdam is using. What you have to understand is, what is Purusha? What is the meaning of the word Purusha? Purusha has three meanings associated with it. Pura iti Purushaha means the one who is filling everything is Purusha. Pura nivasayati iti Purushaha, the one who is residing at a particular place is called Purusha. And then the third meaning is Purnatvat iti Purushaha, the one who is complete, full is Purusha. So in a way to speak, both Narayana and Purusha are synonyms. Okay. Therefore, the one who is Purusha, also referred to as Narayana, has willed for this creation. That's how the Upanishad is starting. So it is saying that Narayana and Purusha are synonyms, but Purusha Suktam as a Suktam is a different angle of a ritual performed as a yajna. And that is the yajna aspect of it. It is a ritual aspect of it, but this is a truth declaration aspect of it. That is where they that they have commonality and also differences. Is it
Fine,
way
uncle.
above the head? Samarth?
Little bit, uncle.
Googly? Googly?
Yeah, I see a
Uh,
googly question from Kavir.
okay. So now
Uh,
you listen to this. What aspect of it is a googly? What is it that is not being connected to? I really want to, not that the whole point of this is for us to connect in common. It's like a study circle.
mhm, mhm.
It's not like none of these webinars I look at as a lecture or a discourse or nothing like that. Because if it's a lecture or a discourse, the challenge with that is somebody showing their excellence in vocabulary and knowledge and all of that stuff. This is
Mhm.
not that. Bhagavan is never about that. Can you imagine if Bhagavan talks in his knowledge and excellence, any of his discourses? Never, ever. It's so down to the earth, and so that he is connecting to every single mind when you read it or hear it. That
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
true exposition. That is true love. So I want to understand, when you said a little bit, uncle, what is the bit that is
I think,
beaten out?
yeah. So I think for me personally, uncle, it's I have to contemplate. So when there are very deep sentences, I have to listen and contemplate on it again and again. I think that is what I meant. That I have to go back and listen to the webinar and what you explained again and again. It's yeah, that's what
Okay.
I
So
meant by it.
the retaining, how do we retain it is what is
Yes,
the challenge. And to
yes,
retain it, you have to go back and contemplate on it. But what I am
yes.
asking
Uh,
is the vocabulary being understood, or is the
yeah.
vocabulary being
No, no, that is fine, uncle. Yeah, for me, that's
okay?
fine. I see two
Not
more
being,
questions.
yes,
One is
yes.
the line Brahmanyo Devaki Putro Brahmanyo Madhusudano. Could we say that Narayan Upanishad was downloaded during or after Dwapar Yuga, or it could have occurred much earlier than the predicted birth of Krishna?
Is that question coming from Gayatri Barude?
From Kabir.
Oh, from Kavir.
Yeah.
Okay. So here is that question was asked to me before also by another devotee. So Devaki Putro Madhusudana, are those names limited to an individual called Krishna who was in Avatar? That's the first question you have to ask. Then the answer will be clear. If somebody, for example, is named Sai Narayana, is the name Sai Narayana limited to that individual? Or is that Sai Narayana? Is that the word Narayana? Somebody is named Narayana, let's say, for example. And then there is a very famous guy called Narayana. And you know a person by name Narayana, who is an ideal person that lived in a period of time. And then when you listen to the word Narayana, is the word Narayana limited to that individual? Or is the word Narayana has no specific time identification context? If you are able to contemplate it, the answer is clear. The answer can be yes and no. Okay. The answer yes is yes, there is an individual called Krishna, and he was the one that was born to Devaki, son of Devaki. Therefore, son of Devaki is Krishna. Therefore, this Upanishad, did it exist the after the birth of Krishna? And then if it existed after the birth of Krishna, this is Atharva Veda. Vedas are eternal. They are apaurisheya. They don't have context of time. Then aren't you limiting this Upanishad only to that time period? That is what he's really getting at. And obviously the answer is yes. This Upanishad did not come into existence after Krishna is born. This Upanishad existed even before Krishna was born, before Dwapara Yuga. It is timeless, it is eternal. They say, how? How is it eternal? Then we say, when were Madhu and Sudana, when was Madhu killed? Madhu Kaitava. Madhu Sudana means the one who killed Madhu. So, Madhu Sudana means when was Madhu killed? Madhu was according to Purana, Devi Mahatmyam, Madhu was killed at the beginning of origin of the universe. Nothing existed except water and this Narayana sleeping. So is the word Madhusudana then limited to Krishna? Or is the word Madhusudana associated with this guy who is blue guy sleeping on a snake coil? So if there is a guy who is sleeping on the snake coil, when did he exist? Was it before Dwapara Yuga or after? See, now I'm really getting into the depth of taking a question and now trying to take this mind in and in and in. And the answer that you will achieve at is no. Devaki Putra doesn't mean son of Devaki. The word Devaki means that which shines. Devaki Putra means the son of effulgence, that which is born out of effulgence. What is born out of effulgence is called Bhagavan. Madhu Sudana means the one who has eliminated the Rajoguna. Madhu represents the active mind that wants to take over the sattvic mind and attack it and kill it. So Madhusudana represents the one who annihilated the overactive mind. When the overactive mind is eliminated, what is born is out of this effulgence. And once that is born, the mind doesn't exist anymore. Devaki Putro Madhusudana is a process of state of existence. It is nothing to do with the names of the people you are referring to.
No,
It's
real
beyond
uncle.
name form.
So the deeper you go, then the meaning becomes more and more clear. So it's at what level do you perceive the mantra? Deeper
Exactly.
levels.
So
Yeah.
that's why Bhagavan says, Yenta matramuna yavvaru talachina anta matrame nenu. So what happens is the expression of divinity is limited by the depth of your awareness. As you go deeper and deeper, then you realize, oh, this Narayana is not an individual. Narayana is a state of awareness. This Devaki Putra is not a son of some lady that was in prison. So all of that is how Bhagavan totally takes us beyond the time, space, causation, the name, form, function. And when all of that is happening, your existence becomes unlimited, abundant. Not you will have an awareness without a choice. Okay, that is
No,
something you can write it down.
I and I think we'll
Saira.
take the last question. I'll try to see if I can understand it. When we talk about Purusha and there is Prakriti, when we talk about Purusha, there is Prakriti, and there's a separation or a perceived separation. Is that only for the understanding from the mind point of view? I think that's the question.
Mm, mm. This is another interesting question. The whole concept of Purusha and Prakriti is a philosophical exposition of the Sankhya path. So therefore, the Sankhya path describes that there is this Purusha and he needed the material for creation, which is Prakriti, and therefore it came into existence. So there are two things, not one thing. That is the Sankhya philosophy. But the answer to the question is yes and no. Okay. So the yes aspect of it is if a potter has to make a pot, he needs the clay. So if there is a clay and there is a potter, isn't there a potter and the clay that is required for making the pot? Therefore, there are two things. Therefore, there is the existence, there is this material for creation, which are the five elements of the nature, and through which the God has created everything. That is the answer primarily along the Sankhya philosophy. But the truth of the matter is, it is not that. When a spider makes the spider web, where did the material for making the web come from?
The spider.
What is the material that the spider used? This is a Spider-Man question. I talk to children. Is there two things called material for the web and the Spider-Man? Or is there only one thing called Spider-Man? And the material the spider uses is its own saliva. And then it makes its beautiful web. And it enjoys
Mm,
playing in this web, going from one corner to another corner, etc. And when it gets bored, the spider will drop from the center of the web and redact everything back into itself. And that is the
mm,
Advaita aspect of there is no separate thing called, there are no three things called the Spider Man, the web, and the material for the web. There is only one thing, Spider Man. It comes from the Spider Man and goes back into Spider Man.
beautiful. I think I'll remember this one. Easy to remember. I think, very profound analogy. Simple but profound. Yes, to remember this. Very good. No, thank you. Thank you so much, Uncle. I think we'll close here for today. So uh, let me take the opportunity to thank each and every one of you, dearest brothers, sisters. Thank you all for joining today. I think
Oh, there is
absolutely.
a 1 second. Sorry,
Yes,
there was a
yes, yes,
hand
Uncle.
raised by hand
I
raised
rec-
by Pavan.
yeah, I have pinged him for if there's a question. I did not receive any reply.
Okay,
Yeah, uh,
okay,
I
okay. He
can
raised a
allow
hand.
him. I allowed him to talk. Brother, if you have a question, please unmute.
Okay, what is
No,
another person? Rani's iPhone.
she has already asked the question, Uncle.
Okay,
Yes,
then that's fine.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, Pavan still has
So,
a raised hand. Hey,
yeah.
Sairama, can you unmute and talk? Okay, maybe he lost.
Hmm.
He went back into Spider-Man mode, redacting.
Sairam.
You can, yeah, Sairam. Yes, Sairam.
So, like, I don't know why I was asked to unmute. So,
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I think,
We
brother,
can hear.
you had raised your hand. That's why Uncle asked to unmute.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think there's a question, Uncle. I think,
Okay.
yeah, maybe my mistake. No problem. So yeah, thank you. Thank you all for attending. I think our gratitude to Uncle Shekhar for keeping us steady in this study of Vedas. Gratitude to Brother Kavir, Brother Vyasa, and the entire team of Vedas for All for this amazing series of Vedarasa, which helps us continuously to taste this nectar of so many Vedic mantras. And thank you to all of you for taking the time on this Friday evening. And above all, our beloved Lord, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, due to whose divine will and Mahasankalpa, this Leela of Veda Poshana is happening. So we'll end with the prayer. Let me
Can you
chant.
chant Yadakshara Pada Bhrashtam and then?
Sure, Uncle. ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Bhagwan is the cause, the action, doer, doing, the done, and the undone. We pray that he shapes us all to be perfect instruments in his mission. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Anna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi न सर्व प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्व प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साईं बाबा जी की जय.
Jai.